Thank you for coming along this morning for our annual Crystal Ball event.
I think when you look at the immediate future, whilst you can cut quickly, which has been important, and grow more slowly, there is evidence that we are starting to grow in the markets that we need to expand. What I'd like to see is some reallocation of money, and when new money is created, that money going into the projects that can immediately create employment and wealth in the country.
I have no optimism about the next 2 or 3 years, I have to say. And it's that lack of long-term thinking, I think, is what kills us. And I see no evidence of George Osborne thinking beyond the next election. We're locked into spending 20 billion in the short term on another range of nuclear weapons, which we can only fire with American permission, which is really no point. Having nuclear weapons, you can't start your own war and win, you know.
I'm actually really quite bullish about America. It's dealt with its banks much better. It's pushed through stuff in terms of property. You're suddenly beginning to see bits of the American economy come back. You've got these new technologies beginning to move through America, and that, I think, is making a difference. The Americans have dealt with this problem much more vigorously than the Europeans are. For those reasons, I tend to be more optimistic about America than the Eurozone, although I do expect the Euro to stay together.
In the public sector, we are told that the bulk of the spending cuts of austerity have not even yet come through.
Yeah, I think the public sector is pretty twitchy, and it senses that it has a government that believes that it's axiomatically inferior to the private sector. The worry now is that the virility of the economy is seen to ride on the degree to which the government is successful in cutting the public sector. Altogether, creative industries contribute something like £28 billion a year to the economy. That's big potatoes.
On the coalition, yes, I think they probably will stay together because particularly the Liberals are too scared to chuck it. The sort of people who are going on about Europe now within the Conservative Party are not doing it on a sort of rational economic basis. And the idea that Mrs Merkel is going to let us be a Switzerland when she's already quite fed up with what Switzerland's doing, I think strikes me as demented.
There are great examples of great engineering in this country where there's been a renaissance in engineering and the understanding of the importance of it. And I think as we adjust the skill sets in the way we educate people and we show the importance of these industries, people with that bent will gravitate towards them again.
Business has come much better to terms with the need for its leaders to be seen as leaders and exciting and attractive people. And I think engineering should do the same. And the sooner we start to worship engineers and business leaders and artists and not silly film stars, the better.
Perhaps you would like to thank our excellent panel for all their information and answers this morning. Thank you.